Have you ever wondered what separates billionaires from the rest of us? Is it just luck, a brilliant idea, or something deeper? The truth is, it's often their mindset, the unique way they perceive the world, solve problems, and pursue their goals. Today, we're going to dive deep into how you can start thinking like a billionaire. This isn't about having $1 billion tomorrow, but about adopting the powerful mental models that build extraordinary success. First, let's talk about obsession. Not a negative, unhealthy obsession, but a deep, driving passion for a specific problem. Think about it. Elon Musk isn't just interested in space travel. He's obsessed with making humanity a multiplanetary species. Jeff Bezos was obsessed with customer convenience, which led to Amazon. Billionaires don't just find a business idea. They find a problem they can't stop thinking about. They immerse themselves in it, learning every single detail. This isn't a 9-to-5 job. It's a 24/7 mission. So, the first question to ask yourself is, what problem are you genuinely obsessed with solving? What keeps you up at night? Not with worry, but with excitement and ideas. That's your starting point. The second principle is first principles thinking. This is a game changer. Most people reason by analogy. We do things because that's how they've always been done. Billionaires, however, break problems down to their most fundamental truths. They ask, what are the absolute facts here, and build their solutions from the ground up. When Elon Musk wanted to build rockets, he didn't accept the industry's high prices. He asked, what are rockets made of? The answer was aerospace-grade aluminum alloys, plus some titanium, copper, and carbon fiber. Then he asked, what is the cost of those materials on the commodity market? It was only about 2% of a typical rocket's price. This realization led him to start SpaceX and build rockets himself for a fraction of the cost. So, when you face a challenge, don't just look at how others have solved it. Break it down, question every assumption, rebuild your understanding from the ground up. This allows for innovation where others see roadblocks. Next up is embracing asymmetric risk. This sounds complicated, but it's simple. It means taking risks where the potential upside is massively greater than the potential downside. Most people are afraid of failure. Billionaires are afraid of missing huge opportunities. They look for bets where if they lose a manageable amount, say 1x their investment. But if they win, they can win 10x, 100x, or even 1000x. Jeff Bezos used this exact logic when starting Amazon. He knew there was a high chance of failure, but the potential upside of capturing the internet commerce market was so enormous that it was a risk worth taking. To apply this, start evaluating your decisions, not just by the risk of failure, but by the scale of potential success. Look for opportunities where a small, calculated risk could lead to an exponential reward. This is how you move from playing defense to playing offense in your life and career. Let's move on to the concept of leverage. Billionaires understand that their time is their most valuable asset. They don't try to do everything themselves. They become masters of leverage. There are 4 main types of leverage. First, labor hiring people to execute your vision. Second, capital using money to make more money. These 2 are traditional forms of leverage. But the most powerful forms, especially today, are code and media. With code, you can build a software or an app that works for you 24/7, serving millions of people without you needing to be present. With media, like creating this YouTube channel, you can build an audience and communicate your message to thousands or even millions at once. These new forms of leverage have no marginal cost of replication. They can be scaled infinitely. The key is to stop thinking about trading your time for money. Instead, think about how you can build systems, create content, or invest capital that works for you even when you're sleeping. Ask yourself, how can I multiply my efforts? Another crucial mindset is an extreme long-term vision. While most of the world is focused on the next quarter's earnings or this week's deadlines, billionaires are often thinking 10, 20, or even 50 years into the future. Jeff Bezos famously ran Amazon with a long-term view, reinvesting profits back into the company for years to build an unshakable infrastructure, much to the frustration of early Wall Street analysts. This long-term thinking allows them to make decisions that might not pay off immediately, but will create a massive, sustainable advantage over time. It allows them to weather short-term storms and stay focused on the ultimate prize. In your own life, what are you building towards? Don't just plan for next year. Imagine your ideal future in a decade. What seeds do you need to plant today to make that future a reality? This patient, strategic approach separates the truly great from the merely good. This brings us to a fascinating trait: a bias for action and speed. This might seem contradictory to long-term thinking, but it's not. Billionaires think long-term, but they act with a sense of urgency in the short term. They understand that speed of iteration is a competitive advantage. Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, famously said, "If you are not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late." The goal is not to launch a perfect product, but to get a minimum viable product out into the world, gather real-world feedback, and then iterate and improve as quickly as possible. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Instead of spending years planning in a vacuum, take action. Launch that project. Start that business. Make that phone call. You will learn more from 1 week of doing than from 1 year of planning. Speed wins. Finally, billionaires have a relentless focus on the customer. Not on the competition, not on the critics, but on the person they are serving. Jeff Bezos famously leaves 1 chair empty in important meetings to represent the customer, the most important person in the room. This customer-centric approach is the North Star that guides all of their decisions. When you're obsessed with creating value for your customer, you build products and services that people truly want and need. This creates loyalty and a powerful brand that competitors can't easily replicate. So, whatever you're working on, constantly ask yourself, does this truly serve my customer? Does this solve a real problem for them? Does this make their life better? If you can answer yes, you are on the right path. So, to recap, develop an obsession for solving a problem. Think from first principles, seek asymmetric risks, master the art of leverage, maintain a long-term vision while acting with short-term speed, and always focus on the customer. Adopting these mindsets won't make you a billionaire overnight, but it will fundamentally change how you approach your work, your goals, and your life. It's about shifting from a passive consumer to an active creator of value. It's about building a framework for exceptional achievement. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you some valuable insights to apply in your own journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next one. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these mindsets resonated with you the most? Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.